Welcome to Thought Leader Life, where we are helping to democratize thought leadership. Join us each week where we interview a new thought leader about what it takes to become and maintain thought leadership in a number of different vertical markets. To learn more, check out www.thoughtleaderlife.com. Hi, Mitchell Levy, global credibility expert, and welcome to this special credibility episode of Thought Leader Life. Today's guest is Brad Friedman. He is a founder and president of the Friedman Group. He's a Denver native and recovering attorney. I like that, recovering attorney. Drawing on his lifetime of work with attorneys, CPAs, financial service providers, and business owners, Brad formed his company to work with these groups of people to enhance their online presence while helping them take advantage of the power of social media. Brad is an Amazon best-selling author of The Social Business Owner's Guide to Inbound Marketing and one of ours, Brad Friedman, on digital marketing, doing social media right when you don't have the time and don't want to get into trouble. Man, I love that subtitle. Brad's highly rated digital marketing news and tips podcast can be found on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Spotify, or the podcast platform of your choosing. Brad, welcome.
Mitchell, that was a lovely introduction. My mother must have written that.
Yeah, I think maybe you wrote it and then she updated it. Great to have you on this show. Great to see you again. Loved working with you when we did your book way back when, and now I'm excited to reintroduce you to everybody. And the first question I'll ask you is, Brad, what is your CPOP, your customer point of pain?
Well, I work with clients who are required to follow regulations, but they want to take advantage of inbound email or social media marketing. So I help them do this.
Oh, okay. Absolutely beautiful. Tell me a little bit more. What does that mean in terms of the things that you get to do or not do?
Well, first off, it takes some knowledge in what the regulations are. So, depending on what it is, some people aren't allowed to have recommendations on LinkedIn, for example. So within the bounds of whatever regulations, whether it's HIPAA or the Code of Professional Responsibility or an SEC or FINRA regulation, within the bounds of those regulations, we create digital marketing strategies and then work to generate revenue for the client through inbound marketing, email marketing, social media marketing, search engine optimization. We do a little work with Google ads, Facebook ads, and those kinds of things too.
Nice. By the way, you have prepared. That is elegant answer. Thank you. And I think I read this a little bit in your bio, but what gives you the credibility to do this?
Well, I found several things actually. I mean, I've been in business for 9 years, which gives me some credibility. Prior to that, I ran
and of course, you wrote a book, so that must make you credible. Okay.
I was going to say that next. I've written 2 books. I do a fair amount of speaking around town and at conferences. I ran some other businesses before I did this. And to be honest with you, a lot of people hire me because they like that JD after my name. And the fact that I'm a recovering attorney does help in a lot of ways. A lot of times I tell people, you can't have your next door neighbor's 20-year-old kid managing your Facebook page because they don't know the SEC regulations that are involved. And all of a sudden this light bulb goes on over their head and they're like, you're right. I can't.
So they don't hire you because you got a cool hat?
I've never had anybody
I occasionally
a cool hat.
Sometimes people say, Mitchell, I'm just hiring you because I like the hat you wear in your head. So,
well, one of the reasons why I wore this hat today was because I knew you would be wearing one too.
I wasn't going to, but I saw yours. I couldn't help myself. So, but thanks for encouraging me.
When in Rome, whatever.
So, I'm kind of curious. How do you go about sharing your credibility? Like the types of person, if somebody doesn't know you, they haven't seen you, or they've seen this episode and they go to your website, how do they see that you're credible? How do they see that you're somebody they should be working with?
Yeah, so I focus a lot on that, and a lot of that is me saying to myself over and over again, you gotta walk the talk. You're telling these people they need to post regularly on LinkedIn in order to develop relationships and build credibility and trust. So I have to do the same thing. You're telling people that they need to take advantage of live video right now because it's very hot, or even recorded video is very hot. People want to see videos. So I do a pretty much weekly Facebook Live show. I record videos. I have a YouTube channel. So I try to do the things that I tell my clients to do in order to build trust and credibility and build relationships and bring in new clients.
I like it. And if we ask that question from the angle of your clients, which are regulated, how are they sharing their credibility? If we're expanding a little bit further on, like, what is it that you do for a client that's under regulation? How can they get their brand out without violating any rules or procedures
Right.
Yeah.
So basically they can do all of those things within the confines of the regulations. So they can do let's say it's a financial advisor. We can do a live video as long as he or she is very careful about the words that they use. So it's not, gee, I've never picked a stock that didn't shoot through the ceiling. I guarantee a 300% return on every penny you invest with me.
Bad. Those are bad.
Yeah. So those, you could do a video that says, hey, here's what happened in the stock market today, or, here's what I'm looking at for people who are getting near retirement as a good strategy, or, those kinds of things, as long as you're within the confines of the regulations. A lot of times what we're doing, though, is we're creating content. So we're writing blog posts, we're creating ebooks that people can download through an inbound marketing campaign, get them into a funnel, get somebody's name and email address, let them download something of value that we've written and had approved by whoever needs to approve it in the system. And sometimes we'll do recorded videos that we get approved too. So sometimes it takes a little longer to do things. Some companies have certain workflows that we have to go through, but pretty much with some guidance, people in regulated industries can do everything that everybody else is doing.
Man, that's like magic. That's like, there's a magic formula there that you've got your fingers tapped on that I've never heard anyone else say. I mean, it's pretty cool. Really like it. And it's
Great.
You might be towing the line, so you know where the line is. So here it is. Listen, if you guys, if you're in a regulated industry, if you want to have inbound leads come in the door, if you want to do the types of things that you see other people do around you, but you feel like you can't because you're regulated, you got to talk to Brad Friedman and participate in being a client of the Friedman Group. Brad, how do people reach out to you?
Right now, the best way to reach out to me is by subscribing to my brand new chatbot, interestingly enough named the Brad Bot, which people
Where'd that
can
come
do
from? Yeah.
people can do at thebradbot.com. Even before doing that, though, I always suggest that people visit the website, friedmansocialmedia.com, and get a sense of who I am and the team and what we do. And there, you can listen to podcasts, look at live video, read my blog posts, all those things there to kind of get a sense of who I am and what we do for you. And like I said, because I walk the talk, you can always message me on LinkedIn, on Instagram, Facebook, whatever social media platform you're on.
But if you want them to go to the Brad Bot, it's thebradbot.com.
Right.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you. Hey, thanks so much.
You.
And, hey, guys, thanks for joining us for this special credibility episode of Thought Leader Life. I do too many shows. I'm thinking, God, what show am I doing? Sorry. And It was great, Brad. I loved it. I loved what you're saying. I appreciate that. For the audience, would be excited to hear feedback on Brad, feedback on the interviews. We're going to be doing quite a few more of these because I'm really getting into the flow and just enjoying seeing how people present themselves to the world. Where does that credibility come from? Brad, thanks again. Really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. I love being with you.
And everyone else, take care. Have a great rest of the day. Bye now. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Thought Leader Life. Please subscribe to us on YouTube and activate us by going to thoughtleaderlife.com/activate. Till next time.